Hello and welcome to this basic introduction to jQuery. What is jQuery? jQuery is a JavaScript library of functions. Just like you have a library of book, jQuery is a library of JavaScript functions. In this course, you will learn how to do simple animations like this. You will learn effects like how to hide an element, how to toggle between an element, how to show an element when it's hidden. You will learn about the sliding effect of jQuery, how you can slide an element up, slide an element down, toggle between slide up and down. You will learn how to fade an element in and how to fade an element out. You will learn how to toggle fade to fade an element in and then fade out again. You will learn how to do all that using jQuery. You will learn how to fade an element to a specific opacity. Depending on the opacity, the color will fade depending on the opacity value set. You will learn about chaining, where you can specify multiple actions to occur on an element. You will learn about event handlers. So when you place your mouse over an element, something will happen. When you take the mouse out, a different action. When you double click and when you click, two different actions will occur. This is known as an event handler. We'll walk you through how to do that in this course. We will cover what jQuery selectors are and illustrate using some jQuery selectors. Like in the example here, I've got the element selector where the selector is based on the element name. For example, I've got a H2 element here. So if I click on this, the action specified will happen. The blue text, which belongs to the H2 tag, disappears when the button is clicked. This has been specified inside the function here. So I've used the H2 as the selector for the jQuery to perform the action on. So this basic beginner's introduction to jQuery, we walk you through how to access jQuery, either via download or from a content delivery network, and how to write a basic jQuery code. Welcome to this jQuery basic introduction course. Hello and welcome to this lecture on how to access jQuery library. There are two main ways you can access the jQuery library. You can download from jQuery.com or you can reference it from a content delivery network. They will host it for you. All you need to do is reference it using the source attribute. So I'm on the jQuery.com website. So if you can just go to jQuery.com to download and click on the download button here. Depending on what project you want to use jQuery for, if your project is going to involve Internet Explorer 9 or less, then you want to go for jQuery version 1x. So there are two branches, jQuery 1x and jQuery 2x. 1x supports Internet Explorer 9 or less if you want to use that. But if your project doesn't include that, you could come for the latest one, which is version 2x. There are two versions of jQuery. You've got the compressed and the uncompressed. The compressed is usually used for a production development environment because it makes it faster over the network, while the uncompressed is used for development or debugging work. So if you want to do development work or debugging or testing, then it's recommended that you use the uncompressed version of jQuery. So let me scroll down to, I've already got it downloaded, so I'm just going to show you what to do. So if you're going to use version 2x, if you don't need Internet Explorer 9 or less, this is the version you go for. You download the uncompressed, because the compressed is for a live production environment. So if you're going to be using development work, you'll be needing the uncompressed version. This 2.1 is the current version. Just double click, or you right click and save link as. Just double click and it should download to your download folder. If you want to reference jQuery from a content delivery network, this is a good way of doing it. A lot of people access jQuery this way because it takes the hassle out of hosting jQuery. These content delivery networks, they're big networks. They can host jQuery for you, and you don't need to worry about updating jQuery because they automatically do it for you. All you need to do is reference the location of the content delivery network, just like as they've done here. You put the reference in your script tag where it's got the source attribute. You specify the location of the CDN you want to use. Okay, you can specify multiple ones, but Google is a very good one. I'll be using Google for this course. So if you want to click, these are the various content delivery network on the jQuery website. If you wanted to use Google, you click on the Google CDN, and then you go to the code snippet. So you go to libraries and the one you want. So you just copy this script tag here and paste that into your text editor in the script in the head section, and this will give you access to the jQuery library. This is my downloaded jQuery file. This is the original. It's really a small file. It's 241 kilobytes. So if you right click, you see the size. It's a really tiny file, 241 kilobytes. So you can open it and see what's inside if you wish. Once you've downloaded jQuery, you can rename it like I've done here to make it easy for me to reference. So, but if you don't want to rename it, when you reference it in your source attribute, you must include the full path. That is dash 2.1.1.4. You must include that. But if you remove that extension, then you can just name it as a jQuery.js file. So this is how you would use it in a local PC. There are advantages and disadvantages of hosting jQuery yourself locally. You don't get the updates regularly, so you could miss out on the updates. While if you're using a content delivery network, they do all the hosting for you. The updates are automatic. So that's the difference between the CDN and hosting it locally. So let me show you how you would reference it. So this is a little piece of code I have written. So this is the way you would include jQuery in your code. Usually it will be in the head section or in the script, just at the very first part of the script. So this is my local reference to jQuery because I have renamed it. So that's why I've just got it as a jQuery.js file. And then this is my reference to the CDN network. This is a Google link to the jQuery library. So for the duration of the course, I'll be using the link from Google just in case there are any updates during the course and I don't miss them. But if you're going to do it locally, make sure you reference it and name it correctly. If not, it will not work. If you get the name wrong, it will not work. So make sure you make sure the source links to the name correctly. All right, it might be safer to just use the CDN network like I've done here. So so now we'll talk about the syntax. So we've referenced jQuery. Let's talk of how you would write a jQuery code. So this is how you would specify a jQuery code between this script tag here. So you got the first script tag is a reference. I've got two references here, and then the main code is between the other script tag. So you always specify the source first, where you're getting jQuery specify the location of jQuery, and then you specify your code. So the first line of code is this here, is a document.ready function. This is very important. You find this line of code in most jQuery code. What this does is an event handler function. It listens out for the web page to make sure the web page has loaded correctly before this code will execute. That's the main purpose of the document.ready function. So every jQuery code is identified with the $sign. Anywhere you see a $sign, you know you are referencing a jQuery library. So $sign, and then you've got the selector, which is this document.ready function, which listens out for the web page to load before the code underneath executes. And the code here is this jQuery uses the anchor as a selector, which is this anchor tag here, this link. It uses that as a selector. So what we're saying that when I click on this link, the event that I want to happen is to make an alert box pop up. So when the link is clicked, this alert box will pop up, and then it will direct me to the location of the link. So let's check this out. So we're going to test if jQuery is working. So if I click on this link here, which is this here, it should give me this alert and then redirect me to the actual link. So if I click on that, that's the alert from there. So if I click OK, it will now redirect me to this location. So that means jQuery is working and installed properly and is referenced. So one advantage also of having jQuery local and also from a CDN, for example, if the first line doesn't work, if you can't find jQuery locally, it will pick jQuery up from the CDN network below. So I've specified it twice. If it doesn't get it there, it'll pick it up from here. In this video, I showed you how to download jQuery from jQuery.com and also how to reference it on your code, and also using the content delivery network. All jQuery code must be preceded with a $sign. Anywhere you see a $sign, you know you are referencing a jQuery code. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.